It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Colts' rocket-armed quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Colts and the Jets. All that and more coming up next.
First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know, my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how well their defense have done to controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now Hall to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Fullback and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to trade guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jets at 13-1 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
A give, running right is Hall. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And this defense for the Colts, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll look to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance at the man under center at 6'5". He always demands attention.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight. So the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it.
Here we go.
It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Here we go. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. All again on second down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Gun.
They'll go again with Hall. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's Burrow. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
On one, ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Burrow looking to pass. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. A handoff for Hall. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They remain perfect in this game on 4th down conversion, CD. They're 4 of 4.
And Brandon, it looks like they're taking a lot of chances here, but these are calculated gambles. They feel like they had something planned, something set based on what they've seen on tape that they can go ahead and exploit.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Here we go. 11 mighty.
They'll run with Hall. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And they'll turn the power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Jamar Chase hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. The quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Kendrick. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 37. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Kendrick, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Colts have cut it back within a score. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
Stop!
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Out to his left. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
Hey, we got to keep scoring. We got to keep scoring.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a surprising defense there, partner. That is a rare completion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
A toss left side for Hall.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Burrow will throw. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out.
And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kendrick to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now throws a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just steered the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football. Because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where you see the final score there. The Texans are still holding on as the win gets them to 9-6 on the year with 2 games to go. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Josh Allen strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. 7 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw. Kendrick. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down. Kendrick. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Throwing left side, it's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Kendrick. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Kendrick. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground. Hall shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
On first down, right back to Hall. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
11 Thomas. 180.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll run with Hall.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good one there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here's Hall again.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Kendrick got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Kendrick. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Hall want to give up the middle.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Gun.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Get set. 11 empty. They gotta go.
Ball again. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
11 empty. Here we go.
2nd down and goal. Burrow, touchdown!
Jamar Chase
With his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Jets extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Kendrick. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Kendrick.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Open man here is Benson.
And he takes his...
Now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Throwing on 1st down. Kendrick. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Carlson down to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw. Kendrick.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Jets will take over. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Here we go, here we go. 3rd
down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.